The federal government is going to support Milton's growth by putting millions of dollars into funding public transit. It will help not only current and future residents, but also the growth of the Milton Education Village as thousands of additional students come to town. While this announcement was focused on transit within the community, the connection to GO and the goal of two-way all-day trains between Milton and Toronto was also top of mind.
The federal government will be providing an allocation of more than $723,000 annually over the next 10 years.
That adds up to more than $7.2 million over the decade for service improvements and expansion. Milton currently runs 35 buses. 7 new ones are already in the plan for 2025, and dozens more are on the way for longer-term service growth, according to town staff. Growth spurred on by the increasing population. The money comes at a good time, as the town recently completed its plan for the future of transit.
That maps out what the next 5 years looks like in terms of bus routes expansions, the need for new buses, possibilities for future electrification. A lot of our growth is contingent on the building of our new transit facility, which will be happening in the next couple of years. Obviously, we're bursting at the seams right now with the spaces that our vendor provides, and so obviously we'll take that into consideration as well.
It's not only the growth of Milton residents that's putting pressure on the transit system, it's also the growth of the student population, as Conestoga College and Wilfrid Laurier University expand. Currently housed in interim campuses, town staff say the goal is to have both post-secondary institutions operating within the Milton Education Village by the fall of 2028. Over the 10-year lifespan of this transit funding, the student population alone is anticipated to reach between 5,000 and 8,000, up from the current 2,000.
We know that post-secondary students in particular are high transit users, and as we grow within our local population with the post-secondary population, we know that those post-secondary students that are either currently living in Milton or will live in Milton in the future, they will be high transit riders.
The kind of transit they'll be hopping onto is also undergoing change. Milton continues to work on the electrification of its fleet, including a project that began in 2023. To convert a diesel-powered bus into one powered by electricity. Staff shared their hope that the bus will be on the road in Milton, at least for testing this spring. Of course, any conversation of transit brings up the broader view, which includes GO and the continued push for two-way all-day train service. One idea that could reach that goal is known as the missing link.
The missing link is a more expensive, but certainly more ambitious way of achieving both directions all-day GO train service. It would basically involve taking all the freight and putting it north of the city. Because right now a lot of freight goes on the CP line through the city of Toronto.
We were hoping to have all-day two-way GO back even 5 years or so ago, but it's still a work in progress, and it will, not as if it will happen. When it'll happen, it will happen. The only question is when it will happen. So we keep the pressure on Metrolinx all the time.
It requires every level of government and every agency to have the same vision at the same time. And I truly believe that we're there. We have a provincial government who's interested in investing in transit, the federal government who's made record investments in public transit here locally and across Canada, and we have a new vision at Metrolinx to some degree too.
Although it's natural to include GO in the transit conversation, this transit funding from the federal government is only for local service growth and improvement within Milton. The town is looking to use part of the money to buy 33 new buses over the life of the deal. Jason Trout for Halton News in Milton.